Hi Gemini, this is your horoscope for November 2017. Thanks for joining me. Now, Mars is the archetypal male principle, and that is in Libra in your fifth house all month. That serves you really well because you as a Gemini are an air sign, and Libra is an air sign. Mars is the male principle and it rules Aries. You can see that is 180 degrees away from it, and it's in the sign that's actually to its detriment, so to speak, because Mars in Libra is forced to compromise and listen to other people. So in November, you may notice that it takes you longer to make decisions, especially when it comes to your romantic life, and that you're going to mull things over and be more considerate to other people's needs and desires, not just your own. Now, Saturn is in your seventh house over here, and it trines Uranus, the planet of energy and eccentricity, that is in your 11th house, and that trine lasts all month. So these two connect and they blend their energies together. Saturn is about structure and security and maintaining security. In Sagittarius, it's not particularly clear because it doesn't know whether it's coming or going. Okay, Uranus in Aries in your 11th house is really helpful because it's going to say, I'm going to push to make my hopes and dreams come true. So be careful, because you're going to have this great desire to make your hopes and dreams come true, but Saturn in your seventh house is going to make it confusing, especially when it comes to other people. So other people, romantic relationships, colleagues, friendships, they're all going to kind of have a lot to say this month, and that's going to cloud your decision-making process and it's going to slow things down. So if you do want to realize something, remember that other people are going to have their own agendas, their own needs, their own desires, and that if you want to do something, you may have to act independently. The full moon happens on the 4th of November, and that's a full moon in Taurus, and that happens in your 12th house. So the full moon in Taurus is when the moon reaches its completion point. I'll make separate videos on the new moon and full moon to give you extra information on that. But the full moon in Taurus in your 12th house gives you great spiritual strength and spiritual kind of security and ease and a sense of everything is settled and okay. So you're not going to be running around this month constantly just trying to figure things out. Internally, you feel very secure and strong. You feel a sense of fire and drive to make your own desires a reality. The thing that just kind of makes a lot of noise are other people with their opinions and views. And you have to kind of make sure that there's a balance there between what you're listening to and what you're working on and what you're personally interested in and what you want to do. Now, from the 5th of November through until the 19th, we've got Venus in the 5th house. So Venus is the planet of love and beauty. So she joins Mars here, which is always a good thing when you put the male and female together. It really indicates a new beginning, a start of something new. So that is really positive because it indicates that love or new relationships can begin. But even though Venus is in the 5th house, it's less than 10 degrees away from Jupiter, the lucky planet, which is sitting in your 6th house of day-to-day routine and work. So there's really a happy possibility that you'll meet someone through your day-to-day routine, you know, whether you sit on the train every day, commute, or it's work, or you do your daily yoga thing. It's very likely that you meet someone new, or there's some new kind of loving energy that comes into your life via the daily routine that you've got, because that's become lucky and it's going to present you with things without you doing anything to really make it happen. It just does it by itself. On the 6th of November, we've got Mercury going into Sagittarius in your 7th house. So the communication planet joins Saturn and they sit there in the communication sector. Mercury in Sagittarius is happy because it's able to cast out information widely and it's able to put information out there and take information back in. So it's pretty happy. It's also going to help you with Saturn, which is all about not knowing what to do. So when it comes to relationships now, Mercury moving into this house, it's going to help you figure out where there's a future, where there isn't a future, if something seems real and isn't. You know, especially in relationships, it can be tricky to discern what the other person is after or looking for. And with Mercury in your 7th in Sag, you're really going to have a much better understanding than the other signs of the zodiac this month, especially when it comes to relationships. Now, on the 7th of November, Venus moves into Scorpio, so it now joins Jupiter here in the 6th house, and it goes into Scorpio and it becomes even stronger. So we've got the Sun, Jupiter, and Venus all in your 6th house. Venus is the planet of love and beauty and creativity. Jupiter is good luck, and the Sun is your identity. So by just following your daily routine, I think you're going to feel very good about the work that you're doing, first of all. I think just the time of year and everything feels really natural and good and calm to you. And you also have good luck when it comes to your working life, expansion, growth, and the potential for love and romance. So this conjunction now becomes much stronger because they're closer together and then they're in the same sign together. On the 10th of November going through until the 27th, Mars is in your 5th house still, but it begins to square Pluto, which is in your 8th house up here. So it forms this kind of friction relationship with Pluto. Mars is compromised, like I said. It's not just saying, I'm going to bulldoze my way through here. Pluto in your 8th is in Capricorn, and it's urging you to make changes when it comes to your working life or what institution you belong to. So the information is going to come, the lucky, positive information is going to come via other people. So listen to what other people say in your existing job. Listen to what your romantic partner is saying. Even though they don't seem to be related, it can have a transformative effect in terms of what institutions you belong to and how you feel about that. You can make that better. So if you're in a negative job situation, you don't know how to get out of it, by having conversations with people in your life, you'll find a solution to the problem. On the 18th of November, we've got the new moon in Scorpio. So the moon has moved from here now all the way to your 6th house, and it's recharging itself. So it's pulling in lots of Scorpio energy. Scorpio is a water sign. It's about getting to the truth of the matter. And really, you've got a lot of emotional stuff going on in your daily routine now. So I imagine that in terms of your love life or relationship situations, they're going to become much more profound and in depth. And you'll really be able to figure out who is a great addition to your life, who makes you feel good, who makes a positive contribution, and who doesn't. Okay, so relationships are going to become clearer to you and easier to discern. From the 18th of November through until the 12th of December, we've got Mercury and Sagittarius in your 7th, and that conjuncts Saturn here. They become closer and closer as the month ends, or as we move into December, they get closer and closer. And what that means is that your relationships, you are very clear on those, and you just have more focus, less confusion, and you know, again, what is positive, what's helpful, and what seems helpful but really isn't in truth. So you're the relationship expert here in November. If you would like a private reading with me, then please get in touch with me via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. I use astrology, tarot, and numerology in my readings, and the astrology chart allows me to look at what your life purpose is, what your vocational aptitudes are, and then I can have a look at what's coming up in your love life, in your career, your finances, travel, family, spiritual progress, health, anything you may have a question on at all, we can look at. So if you're interested in that, please get in touch with me via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's free of charge, and I'll speak to you next month.